Hello, and welcome back to SparkleDart. You know, I spent a lot of the last episode revealing my inner, deepest, darkest thoughts and opinions and ideas. Man. So, I think I'll try to take a little bit more easy here, a little bit more relaxing, you know. I used to joke around so much. I was watching some of my old videos, and you know I like to take breaks when I do my videos. I'll like take like a fucking 8-month break in between recording sessions, and you know that's fine because I'm not like. I know there are people who watch this, looking at you, Cody and the skeleton guy and Shazel games. Sometimes it's whatever, you know, it's fine. But I do take breaks, and I don't feel too bad about it because there's not too many people who watch these anyways. I mean, maybe there'd be more if I didn't take long-ass breaks, but that's neither here nor there. But I was watching some of my older videos, and I was noticing that I was super unconfident about what I was supposed to be saying and talking about. I hadn't found my voice yet, you know, I hadn't found my direction. And it's not to say that I've yet found what I want this show to be specifically, of course. I don't particularly prefer to do Let's Plays. It's fun to do, but I liked having a platform to share my thoughts and ideas and opinions on, and just to put out content regularly. And what I would really be preferring to do is I'd really like to make cartoons. But it takes so long to do that, and I can't use that as like a platform to share my like thoughts and ideas and opinions. Not that you should be interested to hear those anyways. That it's just upsetting to me when I'm working on something for like 3-4 weeks, and then like it gets done and I don't like how it turns out, so I never share it with anybody. Which has happened a lot. I've made a lot of things that, even though they're like okay, they're decent, they're not like great or anything. I'm not like a Walt Disney or nothing like that. I don't know. I just like to make content, and this is one way that I found that making content works. And obviously, there's been a lot said about you bitch, you fucking slut. There's been a lot of that was in poor taste. There's been a lot said about Let's Plays on YouTube, and I know that the fad must be dying down. A lot of the big YouTubers who used to do Let's Plays don't do them anymore. They just make like vlogs, or they film themselves reacting to cringe videos, or you laugh, you lose compilations. And you know, it's whatever. It's if people like that, then people like that. See, here's what I don't get about, this is just a tangent, hopefully I'll find my way back to what I was saying. I don't understand people filming themselves watching You Laugh, You Lose compilations, or you know, cringe videos or whatever, because when you watch those, you're supposed to experience those emotions for yourself. But what you're doing when you're watching your favorite YouTuber watching a cringe or laugh compilation is you're watching their reaction to that, and somehow that content, that feeling is more valuable to you, you know? Like, would you rather I link you to a You Laugh, You Lose compilation, or would you rather that your favorite YouTuber, Jerry Minecraft 16.1, is sitting there watching fucking, he's watching Jump Scare Five Nights at Freddy's games, and like he's like laughing at people who spill their sodas on themselves, or he's watching those cringe YouTubes where the guys are like weird little like Filipino guys who don't really know anything about humor or content or video games, and they're just saying things because they feel like that's, you know, they feel like that's successful. They feel like that content is somehow valuable, even though it's not. Anybody can make one of these fucking videos. It's really easy to do. The problem is filling it with content that is worth watching. Oh yeah, that's one. That's my God, I'm doing it again. What was I even talking about before? Oh yeah. I just like having a platform where I can share thoughts, ideas, opinions, and stuff. And if people are interested in hearing those thoughts, ideas, opinions, then they can watch this show. That's what they can do. Now, I guess I'll just go into what I was talking about a second ago. People who, you know what? It's a scatterbrain. That's what happened. I don't remember now. It's all over. Okay, so I'll just start something new. Anybody can make a Let's Play, and some people seem to think that there's intrinsic value in the video alone. No, here's what it is. People aren't watching a Let's Play. You're not watching Game Grumps or Markiplier. You're not watching that stuff because you like the game that they're playing. You're watching it because you like the guys who are playing the games. That's what it is. It's not a matter of, if I do this, people will watch it. That's absolutely not true. And I mean, maybe that's how it started, because when those guys got started, you honestly couldn't say that there were a ton of, like, Spyro the Dragon Let's Plays out there, or Crash Bandicoot Let's Plays out there. There weren't too many of them. No, there weren't. But eventually, we got to a point where Let's Plays started to become something. What that thing is, I can't say for sure. Burps every episode. Let's Plays started to become something. They started to take this form. They started to take shape in a way that became such like a lucrative business, and it's really fascinating. It's quite fascinating to me that there are people who don't get that. Like, yes, okay, so how do I get this little fucker? Oh, I got him. Okay. So yes, back in the day, back in like maybe 2010, 11, 12, somebody might have watched your Spyro the Dragon Let's Play because it was the only one on YouTube, and they just wanted to watch somebody else play Spyro the Dragon. That doesn't happen anymore. Now what happens is, if they like who you are, they like your personality, they like your face, the color of your skin, they like the fact that you have the same political values and opinions as they do, and they're self-centered that way, then they'll watch you. That's what they'll do. And not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. It's just really a matter of understanding that. I've got a friend who always wanted to do a Let's Play with me, and I never really wanted to do one with him because I know that he would have been in it for the wrong reasons. He's the kind of guy who would look at all these famous YouTubers like Markiplier and PewDiePie and stuff like that and say, well, they're making tons of money doing this, playing video games. I can totally do that too. And I didn't want to say anything because I'm not mean, but I'm sitting there thinking, you know, I'm sitting there thinking, you know, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been doing this since fucking like 2008 or 9 or whatever, and they're only just now becoming successful at it. You can go in and look at their videos and see that. You can see that they uploaded their 5,000 subscriber special after like 3 or 4 years of doing it, you know, and even getting 5,000 subscribers after that long is still an accomplishment in and of itself. But it's no guarantee that you're going to be successful when you do this. So you should do it for the right reasons, and you shouldn't do it because you want to like make money playing video games. You know, that's not what it's about. Also, I didn't want to say this to my friend. I didn't think he's very funny. Like, not to say that I'm funny, but I've talked about this before on the show. I used to draw comics, and people like these comics, and what they did was they would download them from my website and upload them with with my signature removed, and upload them to Reddit, and then get a bunch of karma, and not link the comics to my page. So that is something that used to happen. People thought that the jokes that I used to tell in those comics were funny. They were just like gag-a-day strips like Cyanide and Happiness, but like, you know, that really offensive sort of biting internet humor that's only funny to people who are the same age as you and not to older people, like who laugh at like Garfield and Marmaduke and stuff like that. But going off of that, I get where's this fella at? Did I get the fella? Where'd the fella go? Yeah. That was a legitimate jump scare. That was my Five Nights at Freddy's. And essentially, it's just if you don't have any valuable, okay, so this is probably gonna sound false, but I'm gonna say it anyways. If you don't have any content that people couldn't enjoy by listening to it in a podcast as opposed to a Let's Play, then it's probably not valuable content, you know. And that's not to say that the reason I don't think that's necessarily true is because I feel like people are more prone to watching Let's Plays because people just like visual stimulation. Me, not so much. I used to be a fan of the game Grumps back when they started because I liked Ego Raptor. I mean, I liked those cartoons he used to make, and he stopped making them now because he found out that it's more lucrative for him to be playing fucking video games on the internet. But I used to like those comics or those cartoons a lot, and so I watched the show because I liked him. And I'd never heard of JonTron before, but I watched his stuff and thought he was pretty funny too. So I'm like, okay, this is a good show, but I'm not particularly entertained by the video games that they're playing. I'm entertained by the stuff that they're saying. So what I'll do is I'll turn that on and go back to drawing my lolly anime hentai and uploading it to the pixiv.com, and I would do that. That's a joke, by the way. I've never drawn anything like that. I've never drawn anything that I should be arrested for. But yeah, I don't know. That's just how I feel about the whole thing. Is if your Let's Play can be enjoyed as a podcast as opposed to a Let's Play, then I think the content that you have there is valuable. It's worth having. People can find intrinsic value in that. It's good. It's good stuff. Go to goodstuff.com. Check it out. That's probably a website, but I'm going to guess what it is one of those websites where it's like register.com. Buy this website now. Where you can like bid on the website. They bought the domain, but they didn't put a website on there, and you can buy it. But it's like $260, and like no reasonable person's going to pay that amount of money because it's absolutely asinine to pay that amount of money for a domain name when you could just change. You're setting up a business, you could just change the name of your business since you haven't started making money yet. It would be a lot easier. Anyways, that's a weird rant. I think I'm going to try and finish this level first. This level is one of the harder levels in the game. I wouldn't say it's hard. No, it's not hard. It's just confusing because it's got a lot of secrets. I know where most of them are, but I haven't quite pinpointed that out yet. I don't quite have everything memorized. I'm not like a savant, like a retard, autistic, idiot savant who plays with Thomas the Tank. And I mean, I play with Thomas the Tank Engine. Sure, I think all reasonable adults do that, right? But I don't make videos about myself on YouTube. 45-minute videos about myself on YouTube playing with my Thomas the Tank Engine figurines, talking about how this is my Percy, and he's a misprint. He's green where he's supposed to be red, and it's really valuable. And I found this on eBay, and I paid $400 for it. Little did you know, it's not really Percy. It's one of the other trains. Let's make up a name. Charles. That's a train name, I guess. Here's a fun fact about Thomas the Tank Engine. It's not really about Thomas the Tank Engine. Anyways, what it's about is there's a mod for Skyrim that replaces all of the dragons with Thomas the Tank Engine characters, and it's really fucking funny. I've never played Skyrim before, and I've never really watched Thomas the Tank Engine, but like in the first scene when you're about to be beheaded, the dragon roars, and he flies down. Instead of roaring, the dragon goes toot toot. And then whenever they breathe fire, it's like a train horn laying down, like honk! I'll see if I can't link that. I'll have to remember to do that. It's funny stuff though. Like I said, comedy. The things that I find funny are just so trivial. You know, I laugh at Tim and Eric. I laugh at stuff that is supposed to be silly, and if somebody else watched it, they wouldn't understand it or why it's funny. And it sounds pretentious to say this, but if you don't get that sort of stuff, then you don't get my humor. And I don't want to be like that guy, you know, like, oh, you know what, my opinions are valuable, I'm worth listening to. Oh god, there's really... Please don't do this to me. There's one more. Is that right? Is that right? There's just one more. Can I do that thing in this game? No, I can't. So I think in the second game you can make sparks point at crystals, and he'll do that. He'll be like, okay, Spyro, I will do that for you. That is not a problem. But I'm not sure how to make him do that, if you can do that in this game. So we're going to run long here. I'm just going to, since I only need 10 more gems, I think I'll just find them first, and then we'll call it Did I just see? Yeah, I found them. Okay, never mind. Okay, going back to what I was talking about a second ago. If your content is worth listening to, then it's worth listening to. But you can't just play the newest, scariest jump scare games that Markiplier has already played and uploaded to his channel, and you can't just take that game and upload it and then assume people will watch it. People aren't watching him play Five Nights at Fazbear's because they think it's funny to watch him jump. They're watching it because they like him, you know? I think that's just really what it comes down to. So, thanks for watching, SparkleDart. I hope any of that made sense to you. We ran long, that's fine, no problem. But thanks for watching, you know? I really appreciate it. Here's a little kiss. Mwah. Goodbye.